You're listening to nothing important.
It just hangs out and is angry all the time, looking for things to fight.
Only other
So it's
male
like
betas,
it's
though.
like a drunk college guy who goes to the gym a lot.
Nice.
Please enjoy the show. That's great. That works.
Nothing Important podcast, or depending on what feed you listen to, It's All Good, man. I figured we could just do the thing where, since we're having Brandon K. Hampton on, we're obviously going to talk about Better Call Saul and some of his other projects, providing we figure out who calls who, because, gentlemen, I forgot to coordinate that with Brandon.
Well, that's just fantastic.
I think
Right.
I had a date that went like that the other day. It didn't happen because we didn't decide who was going to call who.
Right. So theoretically, we're talking to Brandon K. Hampton, but there's a real possibility that we're not talking to Brandon K. Hampton. So in the background here, I have my computer running, and our chosen form of communique with Brandon has been Twitter. So I've been tweeting him like, hey guy, I need you to go ahead and respond to me so we can get this done. But I'm pretty sure he's in for it because we confirmed earlier in the week. We just didn't confirm. I sometimes take that for granted, especially with people that we've talked to before. Because I'm like, oh, I have his phone number, but it turns out I don't have his phone number.
Nice.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah. So, I'm on a roll. It's pretty awesome. But I'm not going to say anything for those of you listening on the It's All Goodman feed, and I guess what the hell on the Nothing Important feed. I'm not saying who, especially on air, but there's a really good chance, and I think you gentlemen know that we might have landed somebody who's a big deal for us, and so I can't wait to talk to that person as well. So things are looking up.
Is it Steve Dudeman?
Yes, it's Steve Dudeman. No, no, it's just I'll give a hint for anybody that listens to us. It's somebody in the group of people that Dave and I would consider like God tier in the Better Call Saul.
Can I say
universe.
Can I say holy triumvirate?
Right? Yeah. It's in that group of people. It's not a for sure thing, but it looks really, really promising, which is awesome because it's taken me about 2 years to get to that point.
Right. Well worth it, though. And it's been a fun ride along the way because, everybody's been awesome so far.
Right, yeah. All
the
it's
people that you guys have had on have seemed really receptive to just being on and had a really great time. Gave a lot of cool info, too.
Exactly. So that's kind of what we're going for. So while we wait for Brandon, we could just BS a little bit. So let me ask you, gentlemen, this hypothetical scenario, okay? So if you had a car and you parallel parked it on the street, right, and the front end of your car was sticking out just a little bit into an alley, you would probably expect that the part of your car sticking out in the alley would be in other people's way, right?
I would honestly expect to get towed because it's illegal and a dick move.
Right,
Okay,
because
but
you'd be blocking a roadway. I would think I would just get the front end taken off of my car by another car.
Right. So hypothetically, you wouldn't be surprised if your bumper and fender got just a little messed up, right?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I would expect it.
I'd be
Right,
upset,
right.
but not surprised.
Right, and of course, because you expect it, you wouldn't expect the guy in the green Jeep to actually leave a note or anything, right?
Sure.
Because hypothetically, you would just understand that you caused that whole issue. Hypothetically.
Wow.
I want to
exactly hypothetical.
Yeah, I want to have a funny retort, but god damn it, man, that's funny.
I'm just saying, if that hypothetically happened, that the onus would be on you to figure it out, right? Because like,
hypothetically,
Well, yeah.
I think if I'm that kind of a person, then the onus is on the universe, and I got screwed, and I would want justice. And
wait, what person are you talking about?
the one
The guy who
one who parked like
yeah.
a dick. Nobody's gonna hit my car. They'll just drive around, dude. People got places to be sometimes, you know.
And it's an alley. It's an alley. It's barely the width of a car already.
Right. Well, what if hypothetically, the car that was moving through the alley that may or may not have been a green Jeep, knew he would probably damage the car, but just also did the math in his head and figured that his car would probably face no damage and was trying to make a point. Like
in this theoretical scenario, did the green Jeep speed up in order to make it past in a quicker manner to maybe, reduce the amount of damage that was going to happen?
Like tearing off the Band-Aid or, I guess, bumper.
Exactly.
I believe that's probably how it would have went down, yes.
I definitely would say that personal experience, the hypothetical green Jeep is a very fortunate hypothetical car to have, because having been struck by a Jeep Wrangler at like 30 miles an hour and then the Wrangler drove away where my car was totaled, I might risk the same maneuver the green Jeep did. Yeah.
The green Jeep sitting high enough also has the advantage of, if there were pedestrians crossing the sidewalk right there, where it would just straight up run them over instead of hitting them and having them go into the windshield onto the roof, which theoretically happens if you hit someone with your car.
I thought it would.
Just saying.
I thought it would ramp over the front end, kind of like a monster truck, aka like Bigfoot or Gravedigger, and then successfully.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was a smaller car.
Yeah. Like
it was a smaller 70s or 60s era car.
Right, like a Pinto or like a Metro, say.
Yes, indeed.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're on the same page then, and I'm happy to hear that, because it just so happens I was pondering this exact thought about maybe 45 minutes ago.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, so I'm glad to see that we're all on the same page, and that's what makes us a good trio for the show. So that's good. That's promising.
Well, fantastic. Here.
Thank you,
how big was the car in the alley? I guess that's one part of the equation, because if it's like an F-250, I'm not gonna, go through it. Or
this is a hypothetical situation, Dave. There's no way for me to know that it was a Prius.
Okay. Oh, well, that changes everything.
There's no way.
That changes everything
for me to know.
Knowing the hypothetical driver,
say,
just the fact that that Prius could have been parked in the middle of the street perfectly fine, and I think our hypothetical driver would want to hit that Prius.
Let's just say that it was a Prius for the sake of argument in this discussion.
Right.
Since it contains like no weight, since it doesn't have an engine.
Right.
How many people did it hit? Or could it hit theoretically if you kind of just nudge the bumper and it moves 40 feet into the actual roadway, because it's basically like hitting a cardboard box that's covered in lacquer.
I would say it would probably hit more standers-by than a pedestrian protesting on the highway.
No, okay.
I don't know. I didn't think about that, but I would want to assume that if this scenario happened, that the driver of the Prius probably wouldn't do that bullshit again.
Well, you'd like to think that all things in life are lessons learned.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, perfect. Here's a perfect example of lessons learned. So last weekend, my wife took us to an aquarium show, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Like in a small shitty convention center that's attached to some like Ramada Inn in the suburbs. They rented out the.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like a retail show, like you're going to look at aquariums to purchase.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
right. Like imagine.
Oh wow.
Like,
okay, I thought you meant like a show at an actual aquarium.
Yeah, like
that they were like taking on the road, like it was off Broadway aquarium fish.
Yeah, like the like the final act in The Prestige.
Yes,
Right, no,
indeed.
No, this was literally like an aquarium trade show, and my wife, because she's pretty random sometimes. We were just sitting at home bored, and she's like, "Do you want to go to an aquarium show?" I'm like, "Well, yes, I do. Why not?" I have all these hilarious pictures. So we took the girls, because there'd be fish there, and you can see all these crazy aquariums, and we almost walked away with like a jellyfish aquarium.
Oh, wow.
Like an aquarium specially made for jellyfish, and I guess it comes with 3 jellyfish, and you can keep the jellyfish as, in this little tiny aquarium. It's like maybe a couple gallons, but it cycles the water, and the jellyfish can swim, and you could change like the different LED colors, so it'd be like pink, and the jellyfish would glow pink, and then you can make it like strobe, and all these different light effects. It was really cool.
And all the jellyfish would have seizures.
Yes, okay. Exactly, yes. And so anyway, on our way out, there was this game where you could throw a ping pong ball into a cup, but not like beer pong, it just like into a cup, and if you landed on a cup with a picture of a fish on it, you won a beta fish. And you know what a beta fish is, right? They can't live with any other fish because they're just assholes.
Yeah,
okay.
Remember our roommates were fighting them at one point?
Right. So I didn't think much about this, but my oldest daughter, she's like, I want to win the fish. And I'm like, there's no way she's going to win this fish, but whatever. She can pay the $2 and go play. So she doesn't win the fish, but the person running it says that she won the fish anyway.
Nice.
And I'm like, no, like, no.
Called bullshit.
Right, yeah. I'm like, no, she didn't win that, which is an awesome thing to say in front of your kid who thinks they just won something.
No.
Like, no.
No, this did not happen. You didn't win shit.
This is a life lesson. You didn't win that, and you stopped. I told the guy, I'm like, we don't need a fish, so just give it to the next person behind us, right? But all my daughter hears is, oh, man, we get a fish. This is like the greatest thing ever, right? So I'm like, and so the next thought in my head was, well, what the hell are we going to keep this beta fish in? The cup that it comes in? No, because it just so happens there was another guy right there just more than ready to sell us about $35 worth of bullshit for this beta fish.
There's the bait and switch.
Interesting.
Right, so that was the total scam. You get these kids like to throw a ball to try to win fish. They're like, yeah, hey, you get a beta fish for $2, but now you got to buy all this shit to keep the beta fish, and you can't tell the little kid that they don't have a fish. They can't tell the little kid.
Did he open up like a big trench coat, and there was just like fish tanks and stuff inside of it?
What you want, what you need.
No, it was a little bit more high class than that, because he had like one of them giant rolling luggage cases with the shells inside. It's like he couldn't have like sprung like $30 to pay the convention center for a table.
But he still opened his trench coat to flash your daughter, who was underage.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, just making sure. It is, after all, an aquarium show,
right? Yeah. I don't know what you think goes on at the aquarium show, but where I come from, lots of dude flashing.
Because the aquarium show is just a red herring.
Right.
Nice, Dave. Nice. I get it because it's fish.
I mean, you bought all this shit, though. You didn't. You paid all the money for it.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't want to look like an asshole in front of your daughter.
Right.
Correct?
Right, because, the stupid beta fish can't live in the cup with gravel that it comes in. You have to buy the glass
beta
cup
fish,
with
when they're found a lot of the times, are just found in puddles on the street.
Yeah, honestly, beta fish, that's like one of their things is they don't need a lot of space. A lot of people use them as like planters. And they'll have a little plant with the beta fish swimming underneath it, and it's just an aesthetic thing. Well, all fish are an aesthetic thing, but yeah.
It just hangs out and is angry all the time, looking for things to fight.
Only other
so it's
male
like
betas,
it's like a drunk college guy who goes to the gym a lot.
Nice.
If you keep a drunk college guy in a small area, he will punch through the drywall and then put his arm behind the drywall, straight down, and then just start ripping it out.
But
we've tested this scenario before.
But if you put a mirror in the room, he will just stand there and flex in front of it like a beta fish tends to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, he'll flex at himself until he runs his head into it so much that he starts bleeding because he's cracked the mirror.
And then he starts punching himself like Marky Mark in Fear.
Or just starts punching his genitals.
Oh, you guys don't get any of my jokes.
Well, first off, nobody watches the movies that you do, Dave, because you watch absurdly ridiculous ass movies.
I think
No, I will say
everybody's seen Fear.
I
Brian.
watch ridiculous ass movies. I just haven't had the time in the past couple of years to dedicate to wasting my time watching ridiculous ass movies. And I apologize, and I actually feel like less of a person because of it.
Well, fuck you both, because a lot of the shit I reference isn't even from the last few years.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me feel bad.
Deep cuts, yo.
Duh.
Deep cuts.
That's what aches me in my jennies, Dave. It aches me in my jennies.
But that's an
I got his
iconic
number.
scene, man. That's an iconic scene when Marky Mark punches himself in Fear. Come on.
Yeah, but it's a Marky Mark movie, so I didn't feel like I had to anything it ever.
It's your typical feel-good stalker boyfriend movie. I mean, what's not to like?
Oh, okay. So a story of like Brian's life.
Kinda.
It's all good, man. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Hey, it's all good, man.
All right,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dave.
Hey,
Hey, Brandon K. Hampton.
Hey, Brandon K.
what's
Hampton.
up?
How's it going, my friend?
You know,
You say what?
How's it going, my friend?
It's going great. It's lovely.
Brandon, we added another person to the show since the last time we talked. Jeff, say hello.
Hello. What's up, Brandon? How you doing?
Hello, Jeff. How's it going, man?
Hanging out. Hanging out, bro.
How does it feel to be the newbie?
I've been in the background the whole time. This is basically my life. Always being in the background.
Yeah. So, Brandon,
It's the skinny guy getting muscled out by the fat guys. It always happens. Sorry.
So, Brandon, it's funny because I right before I called you, we had this big whole conversation, and it'll probably make it into the episode because I don't see why not. We were excited to talk to you again, and we set it up over Twitter, but I had forgotten to ask you how you wanted to do it. If you wanted to call us, or if I had your cell phone and I was supposed to call you. So I was happy that when I found your cell phone in my email account, that when I called you, that that you weren't really sure what to do either.
I kid you not. I was literally on the phone with my girlfriend and we were talking, and then I looked at the time and I was like, "Oh shit, it's 10:30." I was like, "Babe, I gotta go. I was supposed to be doing the podcast right now. I gotta go." And then I seen that I have this thing, so I know when my email's been opened up, and then I seen nothing important, and I was like, "Oh, they just opened up the email. Okay, so what's Wait, what?" And then I seen the Twitter message, and I was like, "Okay, so with the number." And then right when I was getting ready to dial the number, you called, and I was like, "Oh, there they are." So here we go.
Wait a minute. You can see when I open your email.
Yeah, I can see when everybody opens my emails.
Welcome to the
What?
21st century, Brian.
Yeah.
See, I'm sorry. I suck because I was actually amazed right before we started recording the podcast. I was amazed because I was watching Twitter just in case you would respond, and I was amazed that they're playing NFL games on Twitter now.
That was a huge deal.
He was also
Yeah.
standing by his gramophone, cranking it up so he could hear the music.
Yeah, Brian, that was like a $6 billion deal. They literally, all you need is a Twitter account and you can watch Thursday Night Football. Yeah, huge deal.
Wow. I had no idea about that, but I don't really watch a lot of sports. I kind of suck at that. But Brandon, back to you, man. How is filming going with season 3 of Better Call Saul?
It was beautiful. I had a great time. Whether I'll be back for more, I don't know. But you guys definitely, see some things happening in the, first couple of episodes. And that's all I can say. I can't give away too much. Except Right. it's going to be This season's going to be amazing. It's going to be, yeah.
How did the how did the car chase scene turn out?
Car chase.
That's my prediction for this season, because I remember you being on Twitter talking about driving stick and our previous conversation about driving stick, and I was like, well, if he has to learn how to drive stick, then I'm predicting a car chase in the next season.
No. The thing was, because the first 2 seasons they had the car, and I never knew how to drive it because I didn't know how to drive manual transmission. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to back to season 3, and I just need to know how to drive, you know. And so that was my take and a hint that I guess I would be driving or something.
I can't wait for that episode. That's a big deal. And
Nothing like that. I don't think Ernesto would be the guy to be, chase. I don't know. He seems like a pretty straightforward guy.
I could see him kind of getting thrown into that position, like he's just maybe escorting Chuck or something, and then who knows, Tuco comes after him. I don't know.
I just want 45 minutes of 45 minutes of Ernesto driving. That's all I want.
Oh yeah, Ernesto in the clutch.
Yeah.
See, that's like the perfect title. Hell yeah, that's the next spinoff. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and somewhere in there it's Ernesto in the clutch. That's the show. That's the show that we, yeah.
Grinding gears together for 45 minutes.
Dropping the hammer
But, like,
with Big Earn. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right, but
yeah.
It'd have like this big epic name, but Brandon, it would just be you like delivering random errands for.
Yeah, dropping off apples.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You got
Like
the
the
We're
Better
sitting on the
House,
405 in traffic trying to go 2 miles.
Like the action sequences would consist of you arguing with other drivers at a 4-way stop who's going to go first.
Yeah.
Give Vince and Peter my number. I'll fill them all in. I got it all in my head. We can do this. We can make this happen.
Right. I'm gonna hit them up.
So have you completely wrapped filming season 3?
No, they're still filming. They're still filming till February, I think. So yeah. I can't really give out too much. I mean,
I know, man.
y'all should have like staged this right when the show was like on air. Then maybe I could talk about more. But when you got everything on lock, on super lock, like
Yeah, like
belt.
let me ask you about that. Is it? I would imagine that it'd be incredibly hard being in your position because you're on on a super successful TV show, and it looks like over the past 2 seasons, your part has kind of expanded. We don't know what's going to happen in season 3, and obviously you can't tell us, but obviously you're some part of the overall shenanigans that's going on. How in your daily life do you not like at least tell somebody what's going to happen?
I don't tell anybody. I just can't. Even my best friends, they'd be like, "Oh, so did you find out what Ernesto's last name is?" And I'm like, "Nope, because I know just as much as you know." All I get is the scenes, watermark that I'm in. I don't see the entire story because it's just you need G14 classified clearance to see everything else, and I unfortunately don't have it.
And you get the scripts shortly before you film, right? Like it's not like you have like a month to.
No. I get it like a couple of days, a week if I'm lucky, and it's pretty much the way the cookie crumbles.
This sounds stupid, but do they have cue cards? Like, do you have to memorize your lines, or do they have like cue cards, or like?
Oh no. As an actor that calls themselves a professional, then you have to be off book.
That's right, Brian.
So it's all memorized. I mean, if you stumble over something and blank out in the middle of the scene, you know, they have the script supervisor there so you can chat up. What's my line?
What's my motivation here? You're driving, Brandon. You're driving.
So no, it's you know, I'm always off book for the most part, and I try to have it perfect because that's just how I was you know, trained. And growing up doing theater, you only get one chance to do it. Mm-hmm. So
right.
I learned.
Well,
the first time.
Here's a question for you. I don't know if we've asked you this. Is there anything you've done so far that you've improvised and like has stuck or been kept? Curious about that.
Improvise? No. I'm just kind of, I mean, I would love to. Like, I'm that kind of guy who wants to, like, so badly just mess up on purpose just to have a blooper or something and just throw something completely wild in. But then I think about the time and money that's going into it and how everybody's on a schedule. And I'm like, nah, better not. Even though they may be like, oh, yeah, we got that. Let's print that. It was perfect. And then we're doing it again. I'm like, okay, I can mess up on this one because we already got it. But I just don't.
That's just professionalism.
So, yeah, so I just kind of stick to what's written. Unless, you know, they're like, hey, don't worry too much about the lines. Just, you know, if you have to throw something out there, you know, just to feel it out, then, you know, do that. But I never try to stretch it too far because I try to stay within the author's intent and keep to the story. I'm subservient to the story. We're all subservient to the story. So
you don't want to make it all about you, right?
Yeah.
And you got a pretty sweet gig there, so I'm sure you don't want to rock the boat,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been like I would have even like if all the characters been in the show, I never would have imagined Ernesto being like, oh, fist bump. You know, I've been looking at all of the Twitter. I did, you know, like, you know, everybody. I get people here and there, you know, they're like, I missed the mailroom too, man. Cool. All right.
So, since you've been on the show, I think last time we spoke to you, were you in the process of moving to LA? Did you finally make the move out there?
I was in the process of moving to. I think the last time it was a day before I was moving, driving out. I was talking to the guy on the phone, and I was leaving the next day. So yeah, I am situated in La La Land, and it's great.
Awesome. Are you getting a lot of offers? You auditioning a lot while you're out there using the notoriety of Better Call Saul?
I was with one agency, and nothing was happening there, and we left there, and now I'm somewhere else. Shot a national Samsung commercial, and all of the explosions and stuff happened, and so I was like, oh well, I don't know if they're gonna scratch the commercial or not. And then got news that it should probably still air, so we're just waiting for an air date. It wasn't for the note, so that was a good thing.
So last year, AMC was nice enough; they gave us tickets to see the finale of Talking Saul after the season finale. Dave wasn't able to make it, but Jeff came out to LA with me, and we stayed at an Airbnb, and I shit you not, Brandon, it wasn't 10 minutes before Jeff broke the host lamp, and our other friend with us, Tim, had to go buy like a similar lamp at Target. So my question to you is, since you're out in LA, if AMC hooks us up this year, can we come stay on your couch? I promise Jeff won't break a lamp.
my couch is open. I mean, I have two other roommates, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind. I just be like, yo, these two of my really good friends are coming in town.
No, I already talked to your roommates. They said it's cool, man. They said it's cool.
Yeah. So he's just clearing it with the third.
Yeah. You know, I couch converts into a bed, so.
Oh, now we're talking. All right.
Yeah.
But
we have it.
Yeah, you need to work on that pizza out there, man. You need to talk to somebody and get better at pizza.
Work on what?
on that pizza.
Right, I think Brian cut out. I think he said that work on that pizza out there.
Pizza.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan of pizza, but when we were out there to see the finale and Talking Saul, Brian ordered a pizza for us and ate it and was immediately sick and throwing up. And that's the only Los Angeles pizza experience. We're from the Chicagoland area, Central Illinois.
We're pretty proud of our pizza.
We're pretty proud of our pizza, and it was like disgusting. Go ahead.
Because I've never been like the pizza person, but I've heard stories like Chicago has the best pizza. Then I hear like stories about New York has the best pizza. And then I hear you got to get a Shy Dog. And then my girlfriend was just in Chicago, and she was like, "Where do I get a Shy Dog?" She's like, "What do you want? What do you mean, a dog?"
At the Bashful
like,
Pet
nobody
Store?
calls it a Shy Dog. Like, so I don't know.
Well, did you hear me, Brandon?
A Chicago hot dog is basically a hot dog that is made into a sandwich because it has so many things on it.
It's a salad. It's a hot dog with a salad on it.
It's a hot dog with a salad on top of it, yes.
So a hot dog salad. I know to order that in Chicago.
But
like, can I get a hot
fantastic.
dog salad?
But
Just don't get ketchup.
yeah, no ketchup.
Oh, no ketchup.
And you got to get the
Nope.
celery salt and the sport peppers. That's the garnishes. That makes it Chicago dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay. But the
Okay.
pizza, though, is the pizza good in Chicago? Is it better
Absolutely.
in New York?
Do you like really,
Yeah,
really greasy, cheesy, thick pizza?
I
That's
don't the best kind that, not the little skinny pizza that,
No.
has fancy bites and
The pizza in Chicago is more honestly like a pie.
Yeah.
Where like you can only eat a slice or two, maybe, because it's so thick and hearty and delicious and awesome.
yes. And then the New York style is the thin crust, maybe like a huge slice of thin crust pizza. And that's why like both places claim it's the best. It's just your personal preference because one is like a pie and the other one is like a cookie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I prefer the pie. I'd rather have the pie.
There you go.
All right.
Well,
Well,
if
if you
you-
ever come out to Chicago, hit us up. We'll go get Chicago style hot dogs and pizza, and then you can come here skinny and you can leave fat like Dave and I.
Okay. Make some squat cobblers.
That's right, man.
Yes.
See, that's,
Yeah.
absolutely. Brandon, thank you so much for calling into the show. This is actually going to be on Nothing Important as well as Saul Goodman, just because we like having you so much. We love talking to you, and you absolutely have to come back after some things air in season 3 so we can talk about it.
Yeah, man, you got my number, so just call me, anytime, you just feel like talking. Just need somebody to talk to.
Right, like-
I'm right here. Yeah.
Like late at night. Late at night.
Sit
when I'm
down,
just laying in
have a Cabernet, put my robe on.
I'm going to make a voicemail recording that's just going to sound like I'm talking to you guys the whole time. Don't ask any questions. I'm going to just be talking. And
What if I call you at 3 a.m? I'm just like, Brandon, my wife is so mad at me. I just don't know.
or you'll be moving the car like that. You're like, oh, hold on, man. We're not going to start this yet because we just I got to move my car really quick. Got to shuffle it around down the street. Are you on a hill? You said something about you park up the hill or something like that. I don't know. I'm thinking about the clutch.
That was me. I think you're talking about the me with the clutch story, the Twitter, or on Twitter, the stick shift stories. And I had the first time I drove one, I was leaving a bar with a bunch of drunk people up like a 45-degree hill, and it was on State Street in Lockport. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it was pretty bad. So I just popped the clutch and gunned it, man. I mean, that's what else are you gonna do? Pop the clutch and gun it, and pray and turn left, and there you go.
Exactly. That's the
hit like
tagline
6 cars on the way out.
No, I
that's
don't
the
hit cars that are
Ernesto
parked,
in the clutch,
halfway
man.
into alleys.
The Better Call Saul spinoff. You just got to pop it and go, man. Pop it and go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon K. Hampton on the Somewhat Important Hotline. Thanks, Brandon, and we'll talk to you sometime during season 3.
All right, man. Talk to y'all soon.
Thanks,
All right,
Brandon.
later,
Man.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right, it's all good. Peace.
Peace.
It's all good, man. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Hey, it's all good, man.
You know what I like about talking to Brandon? the couple times that we talked to Brandon right now is I feel we do pretty relaxed chats with folks that are on TV shows and such, and a lot of times people like really kind of open up to us and like feel comfortable because of that. From like the first time we spoke to Brandon, like whenever months and months ago, he's been chill the entire time.
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
There was no, because even some people like they think that it's, you know, like when we talk to them that it's going to be like some Barbara Walters interview. So like I feel like the first 2 or 3 minutes is like them figuring out that like, hey, these are just kind of 2 idiots with a 3 now.
Yeah.
Idiots with a microphone, so like I can kind of relax a little bit. But what I like about Brandon is like from moment one, he's just like, hey man, what's up?
Here's my theory, Brian. You ready for this?
Yeah.
He may be the only one that knows what the hell a podcast is and how lame they really are.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's probably very, very true. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Nothing Important / It's Saul Goodman. Dave, I'm assuming that you put the Nothing Important theme song at the beginning of this, so you can just go ahead and put the It's Saul Goodman closing out of this. I'm looking forward to big things. We have I have some things in the work that are super exciting. Some people on the hook, but I haven't quite hooked them yet for both Nothing Important and It's All Good, Man. So we can look forward to that. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Jeff, thanks so much for joining the team, and how you got to get caught up on Better Call Saul, man, if we're going to do the season 3 thing.
That's right.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I went out to LA to do it, so I've got to fill my space here now.
Yeah, so. Jeff was like feet away from Bob Odenkirk.
Feet. With the largest erection inside of pants that you could have seen.
And then you ran into who was that? Like Henry Rollins?
I actually bumped into Henry Rollins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
No erection at that time because I didn't know it was him. But as I walked away, I mean,
had
the
you known,
started.
Right.
Yeah, so.
there was definitely a rumblings.
We should get him on the podcast too. I think I said that.
There was shoulder contact and then engorgement.
All right, Dave.
Call us idiots, call us geniuses, whatever. Just call us.